All right, people, thanks again for tuning in to Save America Vote Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is my #1 priority, but I do talk about other things on this channel. Uh, and God forbid if Tulsi isn't the nominee, then we've got to regroup and we've got to really kick this thing in the ass and figure out how to fix this broken system that we have to get people who are intelligent and thoughtful and have the right mix of both people skills and political skills. Okay, instead of the celebrity president class that we currently have, elevating these people and putting them on pedestals, we need solutions to problems. That's what we need. And it looks as though the media, again, and you can turn off corporate media all you want, you can even probably turn off your local news channel as well, because this morning I heard something rather disturbing, and it was a report that the local media does with the national correspondent in Washington, D.C. And basically, the correspondent in D.C. each morning gives the negative Trump report. Okay, if you're a Trump fan and you're watching this every single morning, it's what's going wrong with Donald Trump. And there's a lot to watch. Some of it is just pure tribalism. Some of it Trump brings on himself. Typically, though, the news media does not find the real problems with Donald Trump. The media focuses on the tribalism that has kept Russiagate going. Now, what's really weird is this morning I discovered that not only is Russiagate still going strong, but Robert Mueller's report, according to this correspondent, was inconclusive. The report itself was inconclusive. Even though it said there was no collusion, the report is inconclusive. So the news media, after a few weeks of repeating the same line about what's in the report, we've got to find out what's in the report, what's really in the report, they don't buy the summary, they don't buy Barr's summary. Imagine if Barr read this report and put out no collusion, right? And then a few weeks later, when the full report comes out, that would overturn what he concluded, what his summary was. Why would he do that to himself? And it doesn't make any sense, but the media has kept this alive and has come to the conclusion that the report that Robert Mueller submitted is now inconclusive. I mean, and we sit here and we wonder why our national debt is $22 trillion. We sit here and we wonder why we're in like 180 different countries. We've got military presence all over the globe. We wonder. And we wonder why we can't get enough money to fix infrastructure. We worry about why our kids are going to C-rated schools at best. Here in Florida, everything is a C-rated school. Remember, Jeb Bush fixed the schools down here. He was the education president. Or was going to be. I'm just flabbergasted. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. These guys, look, I know they need ratings. They need to keep the ball rolling. They didn't even blink. I mean, yeah, Rachel Maddow took a hit. All these places took a hit figuratively. In other words, the people who believe in the truth and reporting, actual journalism, journalism, okay, those people were like, huh, you guys were completely wrong, and you kept pushing and pushing this. Even channels like TYT, even though they pushed it, they backpedaled when the report came out, and then everybody who sounded way more intelligent than they did on this particular topic told them that they were wrong. Guys like Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore, by the way, lately is just, you gotta watch Jimmy Dore. He did a rant yesterday. Oh man, the guy is like, it's a bit of a crack addiction for me right now. I've never done crack, just Want to make that clear. But he's good. He's just good. You know what's why he's good? Is because he's got passion. He's got fire. He believes in what he believes, and he's seeing. I mean, he's a modern day prophet. He really is, because he's just looking at things and calling it out like, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. And he goes right to the heart of things. And he does these great moral equivalency things, which, how do you argue with some of that? It's tough to do it. And even, I know there are people on the right that are watching Jimmy Dore. You know why? Because truth penetrates hearts and minds. If you're speaking the truth, it's going to get through. And the media, it's all about, it's more than just fake news now. It's one thing to say, hey, I'm going to invent a story. And that's fake news. But now we're seeing full-fledged propaganda. Like they're afraid of something. The media is afraid of something. That, here's what they're afraid of. The people who are on the alt-right and all these people that love Trump, they liked certain aspects of what Trump was doing and saying. Now that Trump is no longer doing and saying those things, or he's backpedaling or backtracking, the WikiLeaks thing for me, again, it was just incredible to hear that. But there are other things that you can look into. Even if you're a big supporter of building the border wall, remember Mexico is going to pay for that wall. They're not paying for the wall. Nobody, of course, is talking about why all these immigrants are coming here. It's because the United States of America has destabilized South America for the most part, South American countries. And they're coming up through here. And we expect Mexico to take them all. We're the ones that caused the problem. They're probably saying, well, if this weren't... people in those countries probably figured it out. Well, it was the United States that directly or indirectly did this, so we're going to the United States. Maybe that's why they did it. You know? Because they owe us. That's what those people probably think. And I can get asylum there. And so, see, that's what having the full news story is about, but we don't have the full news story anymore, or we haven't had it for decades. I don't know when we last had it. Maybe before JFK? I mean, has it been that long? I don't know. I know there's been propaganda used in this country for decades. But to go from no collusion to the report is now inconclusive, that is the new line. It's inconclusive. I mean, WTF? I mean, when are we going to wake up as citizens and see that there are forces at work that are literally trying to divide and conquer us. Literally. That's why you can't have a conversation with the right or the left about issues. You only stay in your tribe. You know, I took my son to school this morning. He's only got about a month left in VPK, and he's doing so good there. And but, you know, on the way back, I listened to a little snippet of this local talk station down here. I used to listen to it faithfully when I was hardcore right-wing conservative me. And I kind of listen to it now just to see what is the topic du jour. And the stuff that they talk about within their little tribe, they were all over the Bernie Sanders town hall saying that according to this news report, this guy on this Fox-affiliated talk station, he's like, yeah, Bernie Sanders was asking Martha McCallum to pay the taxes and not. He didn't say that he wouldn't pay, you know, because they asked him, would you pay a higher rate of tax, 52% or whatever like that? Since you're a millionaire now, Bernie, because you sold a few books, you know. He sold a few books. People were interested in what he had to say, apparently. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, it's capitalism, right? What's wrong with you? I would say Bernie should have come back and said, well, you guys love capitalism. What's wrong with that? It just would have been a great comeback. But they're all saying, well, he's pointing back to Martha McCallum, so she'll pay her fair share of taxes, and he's just saying, no, he wouldn't do it. It's like, that's not what he said. You just took him out of context. And this is what we're dealing with every single day. I still cannot believe the correspondent from D.C. who says the report is inconclusive. These are all focus-tested, market-friendly, trance-inducing propaganda that now is going to get these people. I can't see how you come back to this again. If you are watching Rachel Maddow or any of these channels and you're coming back to hear about Russiagate, really? Here's my super bottom line on this. Even if this were true, which it isn't, but say it were true, is there a law or a statute in place that, you know, hey, can you nullify the election? Oh yes, you can start impeachment proceedings. Oh boy, that's good for the country. That's really good for the country. So we're going to do all this crap, and again, clean water, clean air, education system, military-industrial complex, all of these issues that are important. Homelessness, people on the streets, veterans who still are having trouble out there, opioid addiction. You can go down the list of things. But instead, we're going to keep this narrative going. It was just a little blip, and now we're going to keep it going some more. This is our country, folks. This is where we live. We need a way over and around the media industrial complex. We need a way over and around. This is part of it here, but we need to function differently. We need to maybe even just support candidates outside the norm, and I don't even know how that works. There's got to be enough grassroots interest in people who aren't too self-medicated to get involved in this. Tulsi Gabbard, I love her, but I'm having trouble seeing a path for her to get to the nomination already. I mean, every poll they take, she's like at 1%, 2%. I don't know if the polls are right. I don't know. Bernie is doing quite well in these polls, so maybe there's just not enough room for two really great progressive candidates, and I think Tulsi is the better candidate. They'll do everything in their power to kind of keep Tulsi down, and as much as I think it's unfair, I think there's got to be a way for us to get around this. And we've got to start thinking differently about politics and parties and what we consume as far as information. I don't know what else to say about it. But again, just watching local news and weather. Oh, that report was inconclusive. And I'm just sitting there, I'm looking at my wife going, inconclusive? All right. Well, we'll see. When will the Mueller report be conclusive? When will it be final? Who knows? All right. Enough said on this topic. TulsiGabbard2020.com. Please donate. We need Tulsi, and every dollar helps her campaign. She is an underdog, but she is the greatest presidential candidate of my lifetime. See you soon.